What's good, people? We back at it, back here for another week, another episode of What's the Word with LJ Mental Podcast. As always, I'm your host with the most, LJ. Now, um, yeah, man, we still going, we still rocking, doing this thing, man. Uh, so yeah, I did have an episode last week. It's the last week of September. Had some things going on. But yeah, we back in here. It's a new month, October. Um, it's my birthday this month. Yeah, I already told y'all how I feel about zodiac signs, but so I'm not gonna get into that. I might address it a little further later on, cause you could really do a deep dive on that. But yeah, I'm not gonna address that today. That's not the episode. We gonna focus on that. But now, word of the week. Before I get to the word of the week, I'm gonna talk about a couple things because it's a little different. Topics want to talk about before my word of the week is not related to what the word of the week is. So yeah, I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. So first and foremost, I want to talk about this Venom movie, right? I saw the Venom movie, Venom 2 or Venom Let There Be Carnage. Um, Thought it was dope. I really enjoyed it. Uh, First thing that was points out is I guess it's shorter than like a lot of the Marvel movies as of more recent years. This one I think clocking a little over an hour and a half. And most of them be 2-3 hours long now. It is a different, even though Venom is Marvel and Marvel is a part of the movie. It's not part of the Marvel universe. I think it is distributed, made by Sony, I believe, and Columbia, something like that. But yeah, it's not part of the Marvel universe. Like even like some of the older movies that from Marvel Comics, like the original X-Men movies, those are Fox. I believe they're not part of the Marvel universe, which came in I think the 2010s, early 2010s, I believe is when Marvel Universe came about. And I think Disney has a deal now to where they can run the older X-Men movies, some of the older movies outside of that on the Disney Plus app. But yeah, as far as this Venom movie goes, I thought it was really dope. It didn't feel too long. Like it felt like just the right amount of time. Like the way the movie flowed, the way they got their point across. Like it felt like it was a good amount of time. As opposed to like some of the other Marvel movies that can drag out and they're kind of long. This one felt like the right amount of time. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but and it had once I saw Carnage was gonna be in it, I immediately got excited because I feel like he's a character that's been missing from like they haven't done anything with Venom and Spider-Man yet as far as the big screen yet. Because if you know anything about the comic books or even like the animated series back in the days, the 80s and 90s, you know that everybody was kind of all together, like, because they're Spider-Man villains. Whereas Venom in these movies he's kind of like a hero slash anti-hero. And the origin stories of Venom in the movies is a little different than in the actual comic books and in the shows back in the day. Same with Carnage. How Carnage came about. I'm not gonna spoil it who hasn't seen it yet, but the origin is a little different. How Carnage came about. If you interested in about that. But I feel like the character, for one, the man, Tom Hardy, who plays Eddie Brock, I feel like he's the perfect Eddie Brock because, for one, he kind of looks like him from the comic books back in the day. Like, there's certain characters they have, like that person is perfect for that role. I don't know where they be finding these people, but it's like crazy how perfect they are, how they look, how they sound, how they act. Like, certain people are just perfect for certain roles, like how Professor X in the original X-Men movies, he He not just because he's an old bald white guy. It's just he looks exactly like Professor X should. Um, he looks exactly like Professor X should. Now I know he's originally like the actor that played, I forget his name, but the actor that played Professor X, he's originally like known before that from, Star Trek. But I never really watched Star Trek like that. But yeah, I know that's what he's known for. But yeah, there's certain characters that are perfect. But yeah, this guy plays Eddie Brock. Yeah, he's great for Eddie Brock. Um, and the link, I'll bring in the alien symbiote, Venom, together. Uh, how they came to be. Because the alien symbiote needs a host to a body. It seems like that he has a mind of his own. He has like intelligence. He has like he shows emotions like a human would. Like when you notice in the movies, especially this movie, like how the Venom symbiote, certain words that he uses and expresses like he has compassion. That's one thing I noticed. I'm not sure how many people noticed that, but like obviously he cracked jokes and stuff that's funny in the movie. But he shows compassion. He shows like he's conscious of a lot of different things, and obviously these characters are made by humans. But I wonder if that's something that the writers took into account, that this is an alien symbiote. He's not from Earth, so I wonder if they took that into account. Like because certain way he was expressing, or did they just not focus on that level of detail? But that's something I noticed is how Venom is a little different from. He always kind of was like an anti-hero. Like Venom was evil, but not fully evil. He's an enemy of Spider-Man. We know that, and they haven't showed him fighting. I mean, well, they did technically in the end of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man series, but that wasn't really Venom. So I guess we don't really count because that wasn't really Venom. That's not how Venom should look. He's a lot smaller. He didn't sound like Venom or anything. But this Venom here, definitely I feel like they got the voice down, the size, the way he looks. That's how Venom should look and sound. So a real confrontation. We're gonna see. But yeah, the ending of the movie is really really dope, and I hope people go see it because it's an ending on there that's gonna might some people might see it coming. Some people might be like, oh shit, yes, but I don't say too much about it because I don't want to spoil it for you. But yeah, the ending was pretty. And you know how Marvel always has a little after before the main credits, after the movie's over, they have a little thing at the end, like a little clip, a peek into what's next. Yeah, this one I think is gonna answer some questions. The next one. So yeah, but yeah, I thought the Venom movie was really dope, and I enjoyed it a lot because I didn't really like the first one too much. I saw the first one couple times. I tried to see, like I kind of fell asleep halfway through the first one. I think maybe I was tired of it, but I watched it again. I was surprised because I've always been a big fan of Venom. He's always actually one of my favorite characters in Marvel. So I just didn't really like it. But this movie, I thought was way better than the first one. I thought this movie was really dope. I thought Carnage was really dope. I thought his girlfriend Shriek and the actress that played her was really dope on the movie. Yeah, I thought this movie was light years better than the first movie. I really enjoyed it. And if you're a fan of Marvel like I am, I think you will enjoy it too. To me, this is probably the best Marvel movie, at least outside of Marvel Universe, in a long time. Now they made a lot of great movies, but yeah, this one here is pretty dope. Definitely enjoyed it, but I definitely suggest you check it out. Now, just want to talk about too. they announced the Super Bowl halftime show. People know already the Super Bowl will be in Los Angeles in February. It's going to be the second week of February instead of the first because we got the first ever 17 game regular season, which equals 18 weeks of football because everybody still has their bye week. But everything's going to go along. It's just everything's a week later now. So yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, the Super Bowl. And there was some outrage with a certain particular group of people. But yeah, they announced that it's gonna be Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and Mary J. Blige. That lineup is pretty amazing for like anywhere, whether it's an arena, anywhere in the world. That's an amazing lineup. For any type of venue that would sell out any venue. And now that they're doing the Super Bowl, now this is the first time ever that a hip hop rap is gonna ever headline the Super Bowl. It was only a matter of time before this happened. They kind of hinted at it for a little while, like because I know they had little performances, a few hip hop people, but for the most part, there's never ever been a headliner from hip hop. This is the first time ever that's gonna happen. I thought that Jay-Z would be the first one to do a Super Bowl. Now he was, but he didn't actually do it. I think it was something where they announced where Jay-Z was offered to do it, but he turned it down. We all know what happened with the Colin Kaepernick situation, a few things going on, and now Jay-Z's Rock Nation is behind the scenes working with the NFL. I don't know how much he had to do with making this happen. He probably had a lot to do with it, but this is dope, and it's so fitting for LA. My only thing with this though, it's small to me. It's real small, and it's really not even a big issue. But the only issue I have with it, and it's really not even a big issue, is I feel like with that lineup, and this is no knock to Mary J. Blige, because Mary J. Blige is an icon. She's a super legend, and I enjoy her music. She can't dance, but I don't know who told her she could dance, but no, the moves she be doing, she be looking crazy up there. But yeah, she's a super legend. But I feel like with that lineup, you basically got everybody that was part of the Dr. Dre tree, except 50 Cent. I feel like with Snoop, Dre, Eminem, and Kendrick Lamar, you gotta get 50 Cent. I feel like he the only one missing from that group. This is basically the whole Aftermath team. Now you can mention the Game and some other people that was part of Dr. Dre's tree. But I feel like but those are to be the big five that was under Dre, that really took it to the next level. From now, obviously he signed Snoop when he was with Death Row. But everybody else, Aftermath, Eminem, 50 Cent was next up. And then years later, obviously Kendrick Lamar was part of Top Dog. But he also with Dr. Dre. So, yeah, I feel like 50 Cent is the only one missing. That would have been the perfect lineup. You might as well bring it full circle, have all the major hitters from after Dr. Dre's Aftermath on there. I feel like that's the only person missing is 50 Cent. I'm just curious what type of songs they gonna play. I feel like Nothing But a G Thing gotta be played next episode. I'm not sure what's Eminem. Maybe 50 will make a surprise guest appearance. Who knows? I don't know. 50 got like so many TV shows going on. Maybe 50 ain't had the time to do it. I have no idea. But yeah, that would be dope if 50 made a surprise guest. Like maybe when Eminem comes on, maybe they could play Patiently Waiting. Have 50 come out to that or something. Or who knows. But yeah, I feel like 50 the only person out of that group. This is, like I said, there's no knock to Mary J. Blige because she belongs to be up there. She's on that par. Obviously, she's a super legend. But I feel like as far as that particular group, I feel like 50 need to be in place of that. Like, that would have just really capped it off for me. With that group of artists, I feel like 50 is the only person missing. Now for these hating ass people, that's hating on this halftime show. Y'all need to just go somewhere and shut the hell up. Cause this ain't for y'all. Okay? I mean, hip hop is the number one genre of music in the world. It has been for a little while now. Shout out to all the artists that's paved the way for this moment right here. Um, because in the early stages, people thought it was a fad. A lot of people thought it wasn't gonna last. Like when DJ Kool Herc, who came up with hip hop in the Bronx, New York, the origin place of hip hop, um, back in the early '70s or whatever. And then it took adaptions from other genres of music, obviously from jazz and blues and certain instruments and the way it was moving. Then we obviously got the break dancing, the boom boxes, to the changing of the sound, to the samples of old school groups, obviously, you know, from many artists from back and then from James Brown to the OJs to Earth, Wind and Fire samples, like all the many different artist samples on the instruments that hip hop used with the word origin. But from to this moment to elevate to all of these years, to all the different eras, to now, it was only a matter of time. People love it. It's black culture, but it resonates with people around the world, no matter what race you are. But it is. But yeah, it's this is dope. Now these hating people. Now some older white folks in rural America were upset about it. They were really voicing their opinion. Saying they're not gonna watch. It's the same people who said they're not gonna watch football anymore. Once Nike endorsed Kaepernick, who's also partnered with the NFL, and certain teams obviously not coming out for the national anthem. Yeah, which is for one, the Star Spangled Banner is trash anyway. It just is. It's trash. And the original version is still very racist, but they still sing the damn song. I know they took out the verse that was against slavery and black people, but it's still the same song. Just they took some parts out of it. It's still very. The song is trash. I wouldn't be mad if they changed it. I wouldn't be mad if they played UGK, the International Players Anthem, instead. But yeah. But anyway. Yeah, there's so many things that led to this moment, and this isn't obviously a defining moment in hip hop at all, but it's just dope. NFL finally recognized, you know what, and this is about ratings at the end of the day. Like that's what you want, revenue streams, and why not to get the number one genre of music that everybody's feeling. Now some older white folks not gonna like it. But it is what it is. The majority of the folks watching the Super Bowl is not y'all. So you just gonna have to deal with it. And when you give certain people a certain platform that a particular group does watch, and they see something that they don't like, they really show their true colors and show how really racist they are. We seen it with the Kaepernick situation. You see anything black, anything is not, it's not anti-white, but anything showing anything black, these particular groups of people show their true colors and how racist they really are. They think they can hide by saying like, oh, this is all for, this isn't for everyone, this is only for blackness. They just trying to hide, and that's a bullshit excuse. When they try and say, oh, this is about bringing together. No, it's not. You're just using that as your shitty ass excuse to show how fucking racist you are. But it's all good, because they're going to do a show, they're going to rock out. I hope 50 makes a surprise appearance if he has the time, because I know that man got a million shows going on. But that would be dope if 50, with that line of group, I feel like 50 got to be there for that lineup. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But, yeah, should be dope. Now, for the word of the week before I get up out of here. The word of the week is perception. Perception is how things look to people, how things, for example, like things aren't always what they appear to be either. Like, for example, people on social media, right, portraying to be something like this big baller, trying to show them having money in their pictures that's not theirs. Some have fake money online, showing which is dumb, or trying to put on a front for likes or whatever, or attention or whatever, or even in a different aspect of you just minding your business. You you might look nice, you might drive a certain car, or you just doing your thing. You pay bills on time, and people see certain people that's not doing that. See you like, oh, you a baller. You think you all that. You ain't never tried to say that. It's just people look at you a certain way. But it's not always the case. Or people that perception is a thing that yeah, it doesn't things aren't always what they appear to be. But yeah, I'd say that to say that you look at the U.S. society, right? Every country is different, but the U.S. society in particular, we see things very differently from the rest of the world. It seems like, but even with famous people, right? You think you gotta have fame to be richer, but everybody. The crazy thing is, everybody who's famous don't got as much money as you think they got. And I was looking this up, right? As far as how many people are rich in America, who got at least millions of dollars in America, right? There's 21 million people, right? Well, 21 million people out of 320, maybe a little more than that, million people in the United States, right? That's about 14% people, right? How many of those people you think are famous? It's only like, maybe like 2% of that. Like, it's probably like 6,000 people, maybe 10. That's actually well known throughout the U.S. and throughout the world. It's a very small group. So, I mean, that's cool depending on what avenue you in, what revenue streams you got, what is better. The more people you know, the more opportunity you got to put yourself on, the more ways you make money. But don't get caught up in the hype of things. It's a lot of ways to get put on. It's a lot of ways to do things. Certain professions is not looked at as glamorous, like doctors, lawyers. Those people make a lot of money, like especially really top of the top, make really good money. But hey, looking to be the next movie star, rapper, or whatever. But if you nice, do your thing, and I'm not gonna knock nobody for pursuing whatever their dreams are. But I'm just saying, everything not always what they appear to be, and don't try and do something that's not you. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ways to, and get investing too. Need to get investing. I believe in this crypto thing. I think it's the future. Nipsey Hussle talked about this years ago. I wish I would have listened sooner, but I didn't know how to invest in it sooner. I've been educated a lot this year. And I want people to do their own research and get educated on how to invest in the stock market and in cryptocurrency. I think you should get educated, learn as much as you can, because it's only a matter of time for things to get out of reach. Do your thing, and everybody should thrive. Everybody, and be realistic, everybody's not gonna thrive. Everybody's not. There's people, like I said, trying to be something they not, in a lot of different ways. People not going to do their research and get educated. People not going to read like they should. People going to go away from God, And I'm not trying to do this on a religion thing because that's not what I'm about. But I do believe in God, and I believe it's important to establish a relationship with whatever your beliefs are. But people just gonna do them. But yeah, for those that do listen, you should, like I said, do your research, and don't and get invested and try to do something that's you. You know, pursue a dream, do it that's you. Because, like I said, everything is not what it appears to be. Some things is an illusion. Some things are illusions, and some things is not real. Um, and that's just the truth of the matter. So, I think perception is a major thing. People try to put on this perception online or in front of people to impress them. And some things are what they appear to be. But when you notice things, you start noticing things around you, around the world. You just see how certain things are. And this, but yeah, just do your thing, and just go out there and handle your business. So yeah, that is going to be it for me today. So stay focused on you, your peoples, and stay out of trouble. Stay grinding, doing your thing, or get grinding, doing your thing, and stay sucker free. So yeah, that's it for me. I'm out.